Hello, I'm sure you've noticed how expensive college is getting lately, especially if you've been looking it up. So, this is why I propose, because you know how much debt that all accrues, that we should get rid of federal student loan debt. The government should forgive it. This is because it is the most of the student loan debt. It puts a ton of financial pressure on our graduates, and that it is also bad for the economy. The reason I'm speaking to you about this is because I am a fellow college student, and I've noticed I have a lot of stress about how much it is per semester, like the thousands of dollars I'm going to have to owe at the end of it. And so for this speech, I will be going through how much federal student loan takes up, how much stress it puts on our graduates, and how it's bad for the economy. So for reason number one, the federal student loan debt is the most. So according to Forbes, 92% of all student loan debt is just federal student loan debt. And that's across the 43 million borrowers for all the rents, the loans the government gives out. So what this means essentially is that if we do get rid of it, that it will wipe a whole ton, and that was math to $1.6 trillion. So that's a lot of money that could be going back into our graduates' hands, which will bring me on to our point later. So on to my second point, which is the fact that this student loans put a lot of pressure on our graduates. So according to Bankrate, nearly a quarter of all our graduates regret how much they took out for college. 56% say the stress from it has increased over the time, and 24% says it's increased greatly. So what this essentially means is that all this is just putting so much pressure, and it starts to hurt their physical, mental, and emotional well-being, and affects their daily lives, which nobody should have to deal with once they just graduate. So this brings me next to my second point, which is about jobs, which is how student loans are bad for the economy. Now, this is according to Scholarship America, and despite all their qualifications, when they're right out of college and you have to pay on that student loan debt immediately, they end up going for low-skill, low-paying jobs, which basically makes their degree kind of worthless, even though they spent so much work and money to get it. And then Investopedia shows how much significant impact it has on the economy, because people can't get the loans for a house or a car because of the fact they already have that huge loan in their back. And then obviously there's less money every month because a few hundred go away to pay off the student loan debt. So what all this means, that with all that forgiven, that would mean that people could get those things and have the money in the pocket to go buy things, which would benefit the economy. So now that you know why, this is why I want to get rid of it. It is the most, so it would be the most effective. It puts a lot of financial stress, so leaving all that stress will make everyone better off for all of our graduates. And three, it would benefit all of us collectively, because all those graduates can spend more on the economy and get those higher paying, higher in demand jobs, which is what the economy needs to keep going. So that concludes my speech.